Om Shanti and a very good morning to all. Today we are going to read the Murli dated 15th December 1999. The title of the Murli is Realize How Important Your Thought Power Is and Increase It by Experimenting with It. संकल्प शक्ति के महत्व को जान, इसे बढ़ाओ और right. So today in this Murli, Baba is taking us through our 5 forms, and we will revisit those 5 forms because Baba has asked us to keep these forms always emerged in the mind so that we can remain elevated always, right? If we are aware of our 5 forms, then it will help us to maintain that elevated stage. Baba has also emphasized on the power of thoughts. Baba is saying that it is the greatest treasure that you have received, and that is your thoughts are very powerful. Along with this, Baba is also giving 5 more powers today, and these powers are the power of remembrance, power of thoughts, power to catch vibrations, the power of concentration, and the power of silence. So 5 forms and 5 powers. This is the entire Murli in brief, and we will look at all of this together. So let us read the Murli together. Today, the highest on high Father is pleased to see all his elevated children. Out of all the souls in the whole world, you children are the most elevated. You are the highest. People of the world speak of those who are the highest in the world. However, that is just for one birth, whereas you children are the highest, the most elevated of all in the whole cycle. You are the most elevated throughout the whole cycle. Are you aware of this? So Baba will now take us through our forms, our 5 forms. Let us look at it. Look at your eternal form, the Anadi stage, right? You eternal souls remain close to the Father eternally. Can you see that eternally? You are the most elevated souls who remain close to the Father. So I hope we all are visualizing that image, of Paramdham, of the soul world, wherein we are very close to the Father. All souls stay with the Father there, but your place is very much closer to the Father. Therefore, eternally, you are the most elevated of all. Now, move on to the beginning of the cycle, the first period of time when all of you children have attained your deity status and are in your deity form, that is the Adi Swarup, right? So have all of us reached the golden age in the Adi Swarup? I was asking, do you remember your deity form? At the start of that age, you are embodiments of all attainments, right? We are 16 celestial degrees complete, completely viceless. Baba says you are the most elevated in all ways, in terms of your body, mind, wealth, and out of all the people. You are constantly complete embodiments of all attainments. No other souls attain such a deity status. Even the righteous souls, that is Dharmatmas, and the great souls, that is Mahatmas, are unable to experience, are unable to experience being elevated with all attainments where there is no attainment even slightly missing. So Baba is saying that, may it be Dharmatmas, may it be Mahatmas, they do not reach this stage of, becoming embodiment of all attainments. You achieve that stage. Now, move on to the middle period of time. Even in the middle period of time, you souls are worthy of being worshipped. Pujya Swarup. Your non-living idols are worshipped. No other souls are worshipped as accurately in the right way as you worthy to be worshipped souls are. So an image of the non-living idols, right? And who are those? It is we souls, right? Just think about it. Is anyone else worshipped as accurately as you are? Because you became karma yogis, every act you performed is worshipped. Even though there are idols of righteous souls and great souls with your idols in the temples, they are not worshipped as accurately in the right way as you are. Therefore, even in the middle period of time, you are the highest, the most elevated of all. Now, come to the present time of the end of the cycle. At the end, too, in this confluence age, you are the most elevated souls. We are Brahmins, right? What greatness do you have? You take sustenance from both Bap and Dada, the Supreme Soul and the First Soul, that is Brahma Baba, right? That is, you take sustenance from Bap Dada. You study with them. You claim a right to receive Srimad from the Satguru. Therefore, eternally, at the beginning of the cycle, in the middle period, and also now, at the end, you are the highest and the most elevated of all souls. Do you have so much intoxication? So Baba took us through the entire cycle, right? The entire kalp. I was asking that, do you have this intoxication that you are the elevated souls? Bapdada says, now emerge this awareness. Constantly keep this awareness in your mind and intellect. The more you emerge this awareness, the more you will experience intoxication of this. You will also experience happiness and become powerful. You have become the highest souls. Do you have firm faith that you are now the most elevated, that you became the most elevated, and that you will be the most elevated souls of all? Do you have the intoxication of this? If the faith you have in this is strong and firm, raise your hands. Teach us to raise their hands, right? So Baba is saying that you have to emerge this awareness now. Keep these 5 forms always emerged, right? So that you will always experience that elevated stage and you will remain happy always. Baba says, you mothers are always swinging in the swing of happiness. You are swinging, are you not? You mothers have great intoxication. What intoxication do you have? That Baba has come here for you. You have this intoxication, do you not? From the copper age onwards, everyone made you mothers fall. And this is why Baba has a lot of love for you mothers. Right? In the earlier days, women were not given so much of importance, right? They were always kept in the back end, right? But Baba says that Baba has given so much of importance to you mothers. This is why Baba has especially come for you mothers. You are becoming happy, but you must constantly remain happy. It should not be that you raise your hands now, but then when you are traveling by train, your intoxication decreases a little. Your intoxication should be constant and imperishable. You should not have intoxication only sometimes, because it is your eternal intoxication that shows your happiness. The faces of you mothers should always be such that you are seen as spiritual roses, Ruhani Gulab, right? Even from a distance. So Baba's giving the title of spiritual roses to the mothers today, right? The visible speciality that everyone likes about this world university is of you mothers who are constantly like spiritual roses in full bloom, and that it is you mothers who have taken the responsibility of carrying out such a huge task, right? The name of the organization is itself Brahma Kumaris, right? So Baba's given so much importance to the mothers. And Baba's saying that you are to take the responsibility of carrying out this task, right? This is Baba's task, to give Baba's message to everybody. Even the Mahamandaleshwars believe that it is you mothers who have become instruments to carry out such a huge task so easily. It is wrongly said of women that they can't even work together, or that they find it very difficult to work together. But who are the instruments here? It is you mothers. When people come to meet you, what do they ask? Do the women who run this organization never fight amongst themselves? Are there never any conflicts? What they don't know is that you are not ordinary women, that you are women who have been created by God Himself, that it is God's blessings that are making you do everything. Right? In the Loki world also they say that, दो women, दो औरतें अगर साथ में हैं तो फिर लड़ाई झगड़ा होता है. But here there were so many, and everything, every task was carried out so beautifully, so blissfully and calmly. Right? So Baba says that who is doing it all? Who is the driving force behind you? It is Baba, right? Baba is in the hidden form, carrying out all the tasks. Baba says, you brothers do not think that the mothers are given more regard, do you? You brothers are also remembered as the 5 Pandavas. Together with the Shaktis, the 7 goddesses, they have also shown one Pandav. The mothers cannot do anything without the Pandavas. The Pandavas cannot do anything without the mothers. Both arms are needed. But because the mothers had been put down so much, Baba is showing you in practice that that which everyone else in the world considers to be impossible, you have made it possible. All of you are happy seeing the mothers, are you not? Are you not? You are happy, are you not? If Baba hadn't made the mothers his instruments, then because this is new knowledge and a new system, if it were still the brothers, there would be a lot of upheaval. The mothers are their shield because this is new knowledge. These are new things. However, the brothers are always there with the sisters. The Pandavas are ahead in their own task, and the sisters are ahead in their own task. All this work proceeds without any obstacles because the advice of both is taken. Right? Baba says that both are needed, the Pandavas as well as the Shaktis, both are needed. Further, Baba says, every day, Bab Dada sees all the work that all of you children do and how you continue to create new plans. All of you are aware of what time this is. Do you remember the time? The year 99 has almost come to an end. You were thinking that the year 99 has arrived. 99 has arrived. It was a year for you to serve and remain free from obstacles. It is in this year 99 that you have been having silent parties. To the extent that everyone in the world is afraid, you are going into the depths of remembrance. There is silence of the mind anyway. You go to the bottom of the ocean of knowledge and bring back jewels of new experiences. So the first power that Baba is giving us today is the power of remembrance. Right? Baba is talking about the power of remembrance. Baba says that the deeper you dive into the ocean of knowledge, that is Shiv Baba, the more jewels of knowledge you will collect. Right? सागर के जितना गहरा गहरा हम जाएंगे उतने ज्ञान रत्न हमें मिलेंगे, right? And उतने अनुभव हम कर सकेंगे. The more we use this power of remembrance, the more our mind and intellect will become pure. Right? I also remember from the past few days or past few weeks in the Sakar Murli Baba's so much emphasizing on Yad ki Shakti, right? Because Baba says that Yad ki Shakti se hi sab kuch hoga. Vikaram vinash honge, buddhi swachh hogi, right? And we also heard in the song that Yad, Baba ki Yad anokhi Shakti bharti hai. So much of emphasis towards the power of remembrance. Baba says, Bab Dada has also sent you a signal earlier to tell you that the greatest treasure that you have, the treasure that enables you to create your future as well as the present, is your treasure of elevated thoughts. The thought power that you children have is a great power. It is the power of elevated thoughts. Another power that Baba is talking about is the power of thoughts. Everyone has thoughts, but it is only you who have the power of elevated thoughts, the power of good wishes and pure feelings, the power that enables you to concentrate your mind and intellect. The more you continue to accumulate your thought power, the more you will progress. This is such a deep secret, right? The more you continue to accumulate your thought power, the more you will progress. So जितना ज़्यादा हम संकल्प शक्ति को जमा करेंगे, हम उसको सेव करेंगे, उसकी बचत करेंगे, बाबा says उतना ज़्यादा उसमें बल बढ़ता जाएगा and you will progress. Right? And that is why it is said that संकल्प से सिद्धि मिल जाती है, right? So we fill in those powers in the thoughts and then they become reality, they become your destiny. So it is rightly said that as you think, so shall you become. So Baba is emphasizing on the power of thoughts. Baba says, you must not waste this power. The main way in which you waste this power is through having waste thoughts. Baba Dada has seen that even now, the majority of you are still having waste thoughts throughout the day. Right? So what are waste thoughts? So maybe you can just share in the chat box so that we can, discuss on this, that what are exactly waste thoughts? Why is Baba emphasizing on this today? Right? Maybe you can put it in the chat box that what are waste thoughts so that we can discuss it later. Further, Baba says, those who use their physical wealth economically also have plenty. Those who waste their wealth are deceived at some time or another, right? Economically also, those who have a lot of money and they use it economically, right? They have plenty towards the end, but those who waste it, they are deceived sometime or another. Similarly, Baba says, your pure elevated thoughts have so much power that you are able to increase your catching power and your power to catch vibrations. So another power that Baba is giving us today is the power to catch vibrations. And the basis of this power is nothing but the power of elevated thoughts. Just as the instruments of science, the wireless, the telephone, etc., do their work, in the same way, when you have the treasure of pure thoughts, then even though you may be sitting in London, you are able to catch very clearly the vibrations of souls just as clearly as you would be able to do through the wireless, the telephone, or the TV, etc. So Baba is saying if you have that clean, pure intellect and mind, then you will be able to catch vibrations of people sitting even in another country, right? This is such a deep secret that Baba is revealing today, that you'll be able to receive those vibrations from people around the world. So many of these facilities have been invented, but your catching power will be much clearer than any of them. This will also increase with your power of concentration. So another power that Baba is talking about is the power of concentration. And this will make us efficient, right? We will be able to clearly catch Baba's touchings and directions. You know, if we face a situation, if we come across a situation and if we are stuck there, but if the mind is silent at that time, so we'll also receive Baba's touchings and directions. Also, I remember yesterday in the Sakar Murli, Blessings, Baba said that if you have clear intellect, then you children will come to know in advance about the test papers from Maya. So Baba says that you will know about the situations very well in advance, but you require concentration power for this. Baba further says, all of those supports are coming to an end. On what basis do all of those instruments function? On the basis of light, right? The TV, the everything, all this functions on electricity, right? All the physical facilities of comfort are based on light. So can your spiritual power, your soul power, not do this task? You should be able to catch whatever vibrations you want from those who are near and far. Only when your mind and intellect are both concentrated and stable will your catching power increase. You will have many experiences. When your thoughts are selfless, pure, and clear, you will have many experiences very quickly. Science will bow down in front of your power of silence. Another form, another power that Baba is saying is the power of silence. And power of silence not only means to keep quiet and not to speak, but here it is that the mind needs to be silent and calm, right? Mukh ka mon ne, Baba says, man ka mon. Further, Baba says, even now people think that that is something missing in science that needs to be fulfilled. And how we can fulfill that? That will be fulfilled through the power of silence. जो साइंस नहीं कर सकता, Baba says, वो silence कर देगा. This is why Bab Dada is once again underlining for you that your thought power will enable you to do fast service in your final stage. Therefore, pay greater attention to the power of your thoughts. Save it and accumulate it. It will become very useful. You will be able to become a soul who constantly experiments with the power of your thoughts. What is the importance of science? It is only when scientists make scientific experiments that people believe that they are doing something wonderful, right? We don't, these days people don't believe in just, miracles. They want proof, right? So Baba is saying, unless and until also a scientific research or an experiment is performed, people don't believe that. So Baba is saying that you also need to perform experiments with the power of your thoughts, so that you dive into it deeper and the others also will believe into the power of silence. Baba says, therefore, in order to experiment with your power of silence, you need the power of concentration. The main basis of the power of concentration is to have the power of control of your mind. It is with this that you increase the power of your mind. So Baba is here connecting all the powers together, but the basis of everything is the power of thoughts. It is like thought is the seed, right, for a successful task. And it is also said that, as you sow, so shall you reap, right? So putting in good thoughts, अच्छे thoughts डालेंगे, तो फिर फल भी अच्छा ही मिलेगा, right? The power of the mind is praised a great deal. Those with the occult power also show temporary miracles through the power of their mind. Riddhi Siddhi, right? They show temporary powers, Baba is saying. They show temporary miracles. You too will show benevolent miracles through the right method, not with the occult powers, which will become blessings. This experiment with the power of thoughts will be proved as a blessing for all souls. Therefore, first of all, see whether you have controlling power to control your mind. Just as with science, you are able to switch something on or off in a second, in the same way, check whether you are able to control your mind for as long as you want and in the way that you want. जितनी देर तक और जहां पर रहना चाहते हैं वहां पर बुद्धि रहती है. Baba was asking. You should be able to see yourself as an embodiment of success, both for yourself and for service. However, Bab Dada sees that at present, you only pay ordinary attention to increasing your your account of thought power. You don't pay as much attention to that power as you should. You speak and act automatically on the basis of your thoughts. There will be no need to make individual effort if you pay attention to this. You think, today I will pay attention to control my words. Today I will pay attention to my drishti. Today I will change my attitude by paying attention to it. But Baba says, when your thought power is powerful, you automatically control all of these things. You will then be saved from having to labor. So realize how important your thought power is. When we say that, I will pay attention to control my words and I will pay attention to the attitude, it is like we are trying to water each and every leaf. We are trying to water each and every stem. But Baba says that you try to water the seed, right? You take control of your thoughts and everything else will be managed. Also, I remember in last Sunday's Murli, Baba said that, if you have that pure mansa, then everything else, that vacha, karmana, everything will fall into place automatically. And this is also true, right? बोलने के पहले हम भी सोचते हैं, correct? ऐसे अगर सोचा तो वो वाणी में आएगा और फिर वो कर्म बन जाएगा, right? So Baba is saying that pay attention to your thoughts. Also, Sister Shivani says it so well that, think before you think, right? So Baba's underlining today for all of us that pay attention to the power of your thoughts. Baba further says the bhattis are especially being conducted for you to be able to instill this habit. By continuing to pay attention to the habits you instill here, you will make them eternal. Do you understand how important this is? The greatest of all treasures that Baba gives you is the treasure of elevated thoughts, of thoughts filled with good wishes and pure feelings. Baba gives this treasure to every one of you, but you accumulate it number-wise. Your power to experiment with this treasure is also number-wise. Now, have you ever experimented with your good wishes and pure feelings? Have you experienced a successful result by doing this in the right way? Baba is now asking us to experiment with the power of thoughts, right? Bring this power into action. Have good wishes and also serve through your vibrations and thoughts. This is happening very little at present. Eventually, the power of your thoughts will become very great. At present, to give a message in words, you use up your time and wealth and you fluctuate. You become tired as well. However, when you are able to serve with your thought power, you will save all of those things. Therefore, increase your thought power. When you increase your thought power, revelation will take place very quickly. How many souls have you given the message to in the last 62, 63 years? You haven't even served 9 lakh souls. So this is Baba's talking in 99, right? But today we have many souls, but still many are still left. You have to give this message to all the souls of the whole world. So how many billion souls are there? As yet, it hasn't become clear that God is teaching you, that God is making you move, and that God, Karavanhar, is working through you. As yet, there is just the sound that all of you are doing good work, but Karavanhar is still incognito. So Baba says that you have to now reveal the Father, right? Reveal the Karavanhar. Who is the driving force behind you? Reveal him. With your thought power, you must be able to transform everyone's intellect, whether in the form of God's divine activities or in his form of the Father. God will be revealed. Therefore, once again, Bapdada is even now asking you to pay attention to increasing your power of thought and to experiment with that continuously. Do you understand? So a lot of attention to the power of thoughts today, right? And I hope we will bring that into action. So I guess we will stop here for today. We can continue with the Murli tomorrow. Acha. So now we will take a few moments of silence and then we shall share the points of the Murli. Acha. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We can now unmute ourselves and share the points from the Murli.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Actually, for me, this Murli has, this entire Murli is so close to my heart because I'm really working on this aspect a lot. So thank you, sister, and thank you, Baba, for reminding. And I can share my experience. I'm, of course, still very much on the journey and I've not achieved the 100% what I would like to, but I have really experienced that whenever I think before I think, like Sister Shivani said, and focus a lot on my thoughts and concentrate, even my most difficult situation or a person who has been, behaving in the most negative manner, at that point of time, some magic happens. And I can see that the vibrations are such that even that person starts changing his thought process. And if not 100%, but at least to a large extent. And I have got umpteen number of examples for this. And that is why I'm trying to practice it even more and more. And even if the situation is such that it does not change entirely, your reaction to it or the way you absorb it, and as if from the higher self, you can see that this is actually better for you. I mean, that entire thing happens just with the thought. So it's really, really an important aspect of the spiritual journey. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you for sharing wonderful experience. Just as Baba said that you have to keep on experimenting and all of us have to do that. Anybody else would like to share?
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone.
Om
Baba
Shanti.
has really made us feel so elevated and so special because Baba says we are not ordinary women, but we are women created by God Himself. And it is God's blessings that is making us move and do everything. And it is really giving mothers a lot of self-respect because all the while they were feeling so unwanted in society from the olden days, but God has uplifted each and every mother. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, I like the thing which Baba said. We need to become wireless. So to become wireless, we need to keep our intellect very pure. By keeping our intellect pure, we can um, uh, uh, um, reach our elevated position. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. We were discussing about what are waste thoughts. So I can find in the chat box a few have written that, past is waste, correct? And when we get into a lot of questions that, why, what, and how things are going to happen, that is also waste, right? And Baba has so much emphasized today that avoid these waste thoughts, because what happens is when we are trying to collect the powers, when we are trying to get, when we fill ourselves with so much of energy with God's powers, but then at some time, if we are experiencing these waste thoughts, when we think waste or do something like that, then Baba says that your energy gets depleted, right? And you will lose all the powers there. So anybody else would like to share something else on this, that, what are waste thoughts? Waste is like definitely leakage. There is leakage in the, uh, if there's a leakage in the a pot, then the water always, drop by drop, it keeps on flowing out. The energy also, we souls lose like this, right? So anybody would like to share?
Om Shanti Bhai. Just a little of Baba also. I mean, after coming to Baba only, we know the difference between our pure, divine, elevated thoughts and the waste thoughts. Waste thoughts some also is having self pity. We have when we have arrogance or feeling of insult, then we can't take it. We just say, why did she say that? Why did he say that? Why they did this? We always feel that, you know, what whatever is happening is wrong, and then you can't take it. You're affected by it. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yes. Yes.
Om
Yes,
Shanti.
sister. Om
The
Shanti.
word no itself is a waste thought, which gives rises to all the negative thinking, and it is a low energy, low energy word. Om Shanti.
Correct. Correct.
But sister, the word no to something which is wrong can be also very powerful.
Correct.
No to corruption, no to, doing anything wrong can be your strength also. Om Shanti.
Yes, you're very right. I'm sorry.
Sandhya sister meant that no to waste thoughts. So no that way is very good. Okay. Anybody else would like to share?
Actually, I have a question more than a sharing. Maybe you can help in that, sister.
Yeah.
When we say no waste thoughts, I agree that past is past, all those things is perfect. Now, what if you want to reflect on your own self and you want to reflect on situations because you want to improve, right? Because you want to discover your own inner self, you want to understand. How would you then deal with that? Because that's the purpose of going into the reflection or the past is for a divine purpose.
Right.
How do we deal with that? I just wanted a little guidance on that. Om Shanti.
Maybe once when we realize that, these are waste thoughts, depleting my energy, making me feel powerless, right? And making me feel irritated at the end of the day. So what we can do is, taking it as a point of, taking it for benefit, like if you said that, reflecting on it, then what we can try to do is trying to divert those to the positive thoughts. What I'm trying to say is, once you know that you have done this wrong, and this has happened. Another time when such a situation arises, you will be able to deal with it. Then when you realize that yes, something else and something beneficial can be achieved. So diverting it towards positive thoughts and taking it towards good thoughts and good wishes. Yes, Raki sister, you've raised your hand. Sorry.
Yeah, continuing to what Harpreet Ben mentioned, and then you took it over ahead. I'm recreating, Harpreet Ben, what you were asking was, while you're reflecting back on whatever has happened, may or may not have been good. At that point of time, how do you take care of your waste thoughts? That was what your question was?
Yes, sister. And also how to differentiate, because sometimes the reflection is going to make you eventually a better person, right? So that the difference between what to reflect on and what could become waste is what I was trying to fine tune.
So I'll attempt answering this. Maybe people can, others can also add on this. The intention with which we're sitting, or you're sitting for reflection or introspecting on things, the intention is to cleanse your own self and move forward in the journey. So that intention itself is a very powerful thought with which we are decluttering ourselves. So with that intention, if we look at it, it is a way towards becoming more powerful and pure, rather than putting a focus on, okay, this has been wrong which has happened and I'm thinking about this wrong. That's how I will look at this, as when I'm sitting and reflecting on whatever has happened in the past is gone, and it is if even if it's something which is not acceptable or a wrong thing that I must have done, and I'm reflecting back on it, I will not take it as a waste thought, but a way forward where I'm decluttering my own self and I'm removing it from my energy. So that itself is a powerful way or a powerful thought to move forward. So that's what I will perceive it as to be. Others can also add on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, sister. Actually, that's the good point, that you begin that reflection process with the intention of the right thought. That why am I doing this reflection? What is my goal for doing this reflection? And then probably when you do the reflection, it will change its entire meaning and it will no longer be waste. Thank you.
Sister, I've started using the word full stop in my house on day-to-day basis, day-to-day hourly basis. Like whenever there is a waste thoughts or conversation going on, I just say full stop. That's all, and everybody becomes silent. So this method I've adopted. And earlier for anger, I'd already told you, like, just roll your tongue. So that also keeps the waste thoughts away. So these two things I have been practicing to get rid of these waste thoughts. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Anybody else would like to share anything? Okay, so shall we move on to the meditation, Ami sister?
Yes, Deepika Ben, you can.
Okay. The point for homework that we can take today is we can try practicing these 5 forms, the 5 पांच स्वरूप जो बाबा ने कहा, and we can experience this, that how can we are we even experiencing that elevated stage while practicing these 5 forms, or how do we feel after practicing this experiment, right? So we'll move on to the meditation. Let's sit back, easy and relaxed. I, the soul, I am to revisit my 5 forms today. I visualize my eternal form in the soul world. I am sitting very close to Baba in my original form. Baba is also a point of light, and I am also a point of light. I come down to the golden age with a crown of light and a crown of jewels. I am a deity in this golden world, pure, 16 celestial degrees complete, completely voiceless. I now visualize my form where I am worthy to be worshipped. My every act is worshipped. I visualize myself in this pure form of mine. I am a Brahman, just as Baba says, Shresht, Purushottam, Sangam Yugi Brahman, close to the Father, close to the Divine, and extremely fortunate. I now visualize my angelic form, body of light, pure light. I am an angel of light. These 5 forms bring me closer to Baba, and I will practice these forms throughout my day today. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Deepika Ben. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Have a joyful day.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti, everyone.